Ethan Price thought he had finally found purpose when he was recruited into Orion Systems, a facility buried deep in the mountains, a place spoken of only in rumors. They told him he would be protecting humanity by monitoring extraterrestrial infiltration on Earth. The base itself felt more like a tomb than a workplace, with endless steel corridors humming with unseen machinery, the air sharp with antiseptic, and guards who moved like shadows without faces. Ethan was assigned to the surveillance hub, a cathedral of glowing screens stacked high, each one showing a different feed from around the world. Apartments, forests, highways, alleyways. His supervisors told him the people he saw weren't human at all, but invaders in disguise. He believed them. At first, it was easy. He saw strange things, faces flickering oddly under infrared, movements faster than natural, shadows bending at impossible angles. Whenever he flagged a suspect, black armored retrieval teams were dispatched, and soon after, the containment cells below would echo with shrieks and wails that didn't sound human. Reports came back stamped in bold. Alien threat neutralized. But unease grew as Ethan studied the footage. The so-called aliens lived ordinary lives. A boy flipping burgers. A mother walking her daughter to school. A man fixing power lines. Why would invaders bother with such things? When he asked his superior, the answer was always the same, delivered with robotic certainty. Camouflage. That's how they blend. Yet as days turned into weeks, Ethan realized their fear was too human, their voices too real. One night, while compiling reports, Ethan stumbled upon a restricted folder. He hesitated, then opened it, and what he found turned his stomach to ice. The files contained no mention of extraterrestrials. Instead, they listed human names, companies, and innovations. Entrepreneurs, scientists, inventors, all branded as non-human threats. Each elimination was followed by Orion acquiring a patent, a contract, or swallowing a company whole. The screams he had heard below weren't alien cries at all. They were human voices, silenced for profit. Every report he had filed had condemned a real person to death. As the truth settled over him like a suffocating shroud, the screens around him flickered. One by one, they turned black until the room was drowned in shadow. Then they lit up again, but now every single screen showed only him. His face from different angles, his trembling hands, his wide, terrified eyes. Across the central monitor, words appeared. Subject flagged, non-human. Ethan stumbled back, his chest seizing with panic. The cameras hadn't just been watching the suspects, they had been watching him all along. A siren wailed deep within the base, mechanical and merciless. Somewhere, doors opened. The heavy sound of boots echoed, steady, deliberate, drawing closer. Ethan's mind fractured. If Orion could erase human beings so easily, if they could rewrite their identities with a keystroke, then what proof did he have of his own humanity? His memories, were they even real? Did he ever have a life outside this place? Or had those memories been implanted to make him compliant? What if he wasn't recruited at all? What if he was created? The walls vibrated with the muffled cries from the cells below, cries that grew louder, almost familiar. Ethan pressed his hands to his ears, but the voices burrowed deeper, whispering his name, begging him to remember. His reflection on the monitors began to change, his eyes flickering strangely, his skin glitching in and out of distortion, just like the so-called aliens he had once flagged. He backed away in horror. Maybe his superiors had been right all along. Maybe he was one of them. The steel door behind him slid open, flooding the room with sterile white light. Black-armored figures entered, faceless behind mirrored visors. Ethan screamed, but his voice cracked like static. Unnatural, wrong. On the central screen, the words shifted into their final command. Retrieve. Contain. Dispose. And in that last instant, as they closed in, Ethan realized the most terrifying truth of all. Whether he was human or alien didn't matter. To Orion, he was only another target. And tomorrow, his name would appear in a file with a single word beside it: cold and absolute. Neutralized.